Hello, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and I can't wait to pick out books for June. Now, just because I'm picking out books to read in June doesn't mean I'm actually going to read them in June. It seems like my habit is to read them the following month. So the books that we're picking out for June, I'll probably end up reading in July, but at least I will actually read them. I hope. I have my new and improved TBR teacup. We're going to pick books using this. Let's take the spoon out. I wanted to show you in case you haven't seen. Very cute, nice colors in there. Very excited about that. I'm going to set that aside for right now because first I need to go over what I always call my have-tos. Now there are 4.5 days left of May, and I am hoping to get through a few books. But I'm also planning on, well, I shouldn't say planning, but low expectations of actually finishing some of the books. One of which is Wild Radiance, Love is a Rebellion by Maria Ingrande Mora. And I picked this book purely because I love the cover. Now I've started it, I'm barely into it. I'm reading, per my usual, I'm reading like 5 or 6 different books at a time. So I do a little bit in each book every day. But I don't think I'm going to finish this. And I kind of want to save this for June anyway. I will tell you more about it later. I haven't yet started, but I'm hoping to start. And I'm hoping to finish, but I'm being realistic. I Lived on Butterfly Hill. It's a very big book. This is a middle grade novel. That one was young adult. This is middle grade. And I am actually hoping to start this probably tomorrow. At the same time, I'm also hoping to start Sicilian Inheritance. Now both of these were on my TBR for May, so that's why I really want to get to them. But I am not all that sure that I will be able to finish them. It's possible. It is absolutely possible. Depends on just how much listening time I have, and if I can sit down. I would love to be able to sit down and listen to them full immersion and read along. So those three really, I'm expecting to get probably halfway to maybe slightly more than by the time June starts. So my other have-tos for June, which are usually audiobooks, those were audiobooks, and they're all going to be due soon. Also a book I was supposed to read in May, Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. I don't think I said the other author names. And again, this is something I've been wanting to read for a while. This is a popular book. It's also middle grade. I've been having a problem of having the physical book and the audiobook at the same time, but I have them both right now, and I'm anxious to read that. Also from my May TBR, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I have been wanting to read this. I have the book and the audio at the same time. I think I have 11 days to read this, so this will also be very early days in June. And then one other book I have on hold, but it should be coming in within 2 weeks, and that's Raven Scholar. So I'm very excited to read that. I do not have the physical book. I have it on hold. I don't know that I'm going to get it at the same time, but it's going to be what it's going to be. So those are my have-tos. 3 books that I should be partially through, and 3 audiobooks. That's 6, sort of. I have from the library a book that just sounds like it's for me. Like it's a little quirky, a little bit ridiculous, and I'm really curious. And that is Rob Phillips' Stakeout and Strollers. I just love this. This dad asleep while his baby is sitting in his lap. It's about a dad who was a crime reporter, but now he's a newbie private eye. But he also has a brand new daughter, and his wife is working, and so he's got the kid for the day. And it just sounds quirky and funny, and I'm willing to give it a try. It's not huge. I think it's 320 pages, something like that. I want to read this, give this a try. This is going to be on my June TBR. So because I have those, and I have that one, which I will have to physically read, which I really am behind on physically reading books, I am only going to pick out 5 books for June. I almost said May. No, 5 books for June. But before we get into those, day before yesterday was the puzzle exchange at the library, and I thought I would show you what I got. I picked up quite a few puzzles. 2 Alice in Wonderlands. This one's the Thomas Kincaid part of the series, which is from the movie. Alice in Wonderland is one of my least favorite movies, Disney movies, but I haven't read the book. Have the book right up there. Really want to read it. This is also Alice in Wonderland, and it kind of scares me because it's 1,000 pieces of mostly the same color. But I'm willing to give it a try, and it might be fun to do that while listening to Alice in Wonderland. These are all just book-related ones, that's why I'm showing them. This is a bookstore called Books Galore. It's cute. The Joy of Reading. Really, I'm only getting it because of the joy of reading. But that should be quick and easy, 1,000 pieces. And then also, I got this one, which is called Books and Desserts. Also 1,000 pieces. Kind of can't wait. That one looks good. Can't go wrong. Books and Desserts. I'm excited to pick out books for June. I almost said May again. June. We're getting there. We're almost halfway through the year. It's very full, my little TBR teacup. And of course I put bigger prompts in. It's thicker paper and they're bigger cuts of paper. But that's alright. We will make do. I'm going to pick out 5. So let me fish around. I'm going to try and turn it a little bit. I couldn't even use the spoon to stir, and there's one right there. I tried to make these so that you guys would be able to read them. Cover matches my clothes. I am wearing all blue. Cover matches my clothes. I have a whole stack right there of books that I want to read, and they are all blue. I was actually just saying that. Okay, I picked 3. Now this one I'm picking mainly because it is really short, and I have a lot of books I want to read. But also, it's well rated. And it's Alice Hoffman. It's Indigo. I don't remember anything about it, but it would be a super quick read, and this is a very strong contender. Except there's also Catherine Applegate Willowdean, which just looks adorable. I know nothing about this either, other than it's Catherine Applegate. And then there's this one, The List of Things That Will Not Change by Rebecca Steed. Obviously, this one's from the library. These would be my physical TBR. I kind of was going to do this one anyway. I kind of really want to do either of these. I actually don't know what I want to do. I'm telling myself I'm more likely to get to this if it's on my monthly TBR. So I think I'm going to go with The List of Things That Will Not Change, which kind of bums me out, but I'm going to set it in here. I do feel like I could get to, maybe I'll just try and sneak this one in anyway. It's 84 pages. I can sneak that in anyway. Okay, book 1 is done. Let's pick another one. Stirring. I'm going to try and get from the bottom. Oh, I feel one right here on the side. Don't want to look. I don't know what, the colors don't mean anything. In fact, I had the papers upside down and I wrote the prompts on them, and so I didn't even know what color I was writing on. Let's see. What does that say? Start a series. I almost hate to do this to you because that's what this one was. This one is start a series. And I want to read this. I don't know of any other books that I have that would be starting a series. Ooh, that's not entirely true. That one's middle grade. This is young adult. I would like to have both. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that there is another book in this world that's in, and I have been wanting to read this. And this book screams spring, and there's not a lot of spring left. I will go with the legal definition as before June 20th is spring. But I am really still thinking about this. I'm going to go with this. I'm trying hard to get to this book. I'm telling you. Now it has 2 prompts that say start a series. I'm sorry if that bothers you, but I'm excited. I just really, really do want to read that. And I just don't ever seem to get to it. All right, number 3. This part's always so fast to me. And I feel one. Let's see if I can get it stuck. I don't want to keep looking. I'm going to do another sweep. I don't want to look at it. Again, I don't know what's on each paper, and they don't mean anything. I have 3 of them right here. All right. I'm going to do this. And I'm mixing up the 3, and I'm going to pick this one. Polka dots. I love polka dots. Let's see what it says. I think that's right side up. It looks like it's right side up. A hidden book. Okay, what that means is when I redid my shelves, I stuck some books in back. Okay, I have 4 books that were hidden behind this shelf and this shelf. I didn't even look at this shelf. Right now I actually see Going Solo, which is the thrilling sequel to Boy. It's a biography or autobiography of Roald Dahl, but it's book 2. Didn't realize that, so I'm going to put that back. I have loved this title forever, and I remember trying to explain it to kids when they were still little. Lemony Snicket, the unauthorized autobiography. So it would be nice to have a biography. I'm not a huge biography or autobiography reader, but this is Lemony Snicket, and it's kind of mixed media. That's a strong contender. The 1,000-Year-Old Boy, I bought this a while ago from the library. For the longest time I thought this was a young adult novel, but it's not, it's middle grade. And I have been wanting to read it without knowing anything about it. I just love the idea of a 1,000-year-old boy. But when I was going through and cleaning my Goodreads, I saw that Sweep, the story of a girl and her monster, was something that I put on my TBR, my Goodreads TBR, ages ago. Like just ages ago. And I found this when I did the Little Free Library in Napa a few months ago. So I'm kind of really torn between this and Lemony Snicket. Both would be really fun. I have really been wanting to read this. I've been wanting to read both of these for a really long time. I read several nonfiction this month. I'm thinking I might just continue. I'll continue my nonfiction. You know, I really want to read this. I think I'm going to continue my nonfiction. That's 3 already, just 2 more to pick. And that's crazy. Let me hold this up. I'm going to try and flip things around a little bit. Did I drop one? I dropped one. Let's pick that one. Oh, I like this paper. This is always a fun paper. I liked this one. Oh, did that say 26 and 26? A 26 and 26 book. Okay. I'm going to go with this. I'm not even going to pretend. I'm pretty sure this is on my 26. Let me double check. Okay. I may have changed my mind, but I'm not entirely sure that I have. I just have always wanted to read this, and I just love this, and it's springtime, and it just looks good. It's about a boy whose family is running a theme park, and it's all animal-based, kind of like a zoo, but more than a zoo. And the star attraction is sort of the mascot of the park is a hippo, and the hippo has turned up dead in the very beginning of the book. And Teddy thinks that the hippo was murdered. And so it sounds really good. I've started it twice, I think. Definitely once, maybe twice. But I never get more than like 20 pages in when I'm like, oh, I should talk to you guys about it. I really want to read this. This was on March's TBR, and I still didn't get to it, and I was trying really hard to get to it in May. So this, I really, really should read it in June. And doesn't this just say June anyway, with the melted ice cream and summery clothes? But this was supposed to be read in May, and I haven't read it yet. This is Each Little Bird That Sings. I'm going to do this. Hopefully I will get to these anyway, because I really want to read these. But I'm going to pick Belly Up. Mood reading, right? There we go. Some of these are on my 26 and 26. I could actually go the easy route. This is on my 26 and 26, and I'm planning on finishing it anyway. Same with this. So, but if I pick that and I get these, that'll be 3. 3 books from my 26 and 26 list. That would be amazing. That's like the minimum of what I'm supposed to do anyway, but, One more. Just one more. I still need to pick a classic, too. Though I might have that covered. I think I just dropped one, but I don't know if that counts. All right. Again, I'm going to try and turn these around a little bit. I'm kind of stirring by moving the mass of them. And I'm going to pick that one. Nice sunny orange. What does it say? A tree on the cover. Do any of my other ones have a tree on the cover? I feel like I picked the same one whenever I get this. I had told you that there were some books that I wasn't going to keep bringing up because I was bringing them up too many months in a row and not reading them, and I'm going to do it anyway. There are actually trees on the cover of this. They're just small and in the background, but those are actual trees in the background. So I'm going to pick this because I was planning on reading this anyway, and now I have to, right? This is Keeper of Magical Things by Julie Leong. It is in the Teller of Small Fortunes world and is a sapphic romance. And I have been wanting to read this since I heard about its existence. I was planning on reading this anyway. There we go. And this is an adult cozy fantasy. So let's go over my books. It's actually a pretty good reading month. These three will have been started in May, but will be finished in June. And that's A Wild Radiance. I told you I would tell you about it. There are some people who have radiance in them. You can think of it as magic, but they don't think of it as magic. It's like an energy that they have. I forget what her name is, because she never says her own name, Josephine. Josephine Haven was an orphan and was discovered to have radiance in her, and so she went to this school to learn how to control it. There are different roles that they can do. There are resistors, there are transistors, and there are conductors. And she's a conductor, and she was not a good student. And so she has been sent way out into the boondocks to help this small mission. She has just arrived, and that's really all I know. I really like it so far. I'm only 27 pages in, and I'm taking my time trying to enjoy it. But I fell in love with this cover. I think this cover is stunning with its copper and bronze and all that. I think it's just beautiful. So I was totally judging a book by its cover. So this one is started in May. I will finish in June. These two I'm hoping to start in May and finish in June, but I haven't started them yet. But I do think I will. I Lived on Butterfly Hill. That one was young adult. This is middle grade. This is adult. I Lived on Butterfly Hill by Marjorie Agassiz, and it's a girl who lives in Chile when the military is taking over. Just something I have been wanting to read for a very long time. As is this, though it's not even that old of a book, but I have been wanting to read this since I heard about it. The Sicilian Inheritance by Joe Piazza. As all I know is it's a multi-generational. I believe there's a dual timeline. Our main character is going to inherit something from her grandmother, and she has to go to Italy, and she's going to learn more about her ancestry, I'm guessing. Nevermore by Jessica Townsend is also middle grade. It is a girl who's fated to die on her 11th birthday, but then a stranger comes into town and he takes her away, and she has to go through these different trials, and if she doesn't pass them, then she gets sent back, in which case she's almost 11. And honestly, I'm only here for Sengu Mandana. I loved the Innkeeping one. I am going completely blank. I'll put a picture of it up. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Cozy fantasy. Can't wait. And then, of course, Raven Scholar, which I know that it's a fantasy. It's thick. It's a big book. Hopefully I'll get the actual book from the library. But the audiobook is coming in within 2 weeks. And I know that there are different... Some people are ravens, some people are wolves, or I have no idea. Hedgehogs, elephants, who knows. Haven't read it yet, but there's different animal representations of different sects or types of ability or something. I don't know. I'm very curious. I almost bought that like a year and a half ago, and I really kind of wish I had. So those are my audiobooks that I will get to, and hopefully be able to do the full immersion. And then also from the library, Rob Phillips' Stakeouts and Strollers. That just sounds like it could be a fun time. Murder Mystery, or at least a mystery, and A Very Tired Dad. Keeper of Magical Things, Julie Leong. I can't wait. I loved Teller of Small Fortunes. I'm hoping that'll be just as good. Belly Up, Stuart Gibbs, very popular author. The Unauthorized Autobiography of Lemony Snicket, and also not very big. That should be a nice quick read. Wake again. Lisa McMahon, in case you haven't heard me talk about this ad nauseum before, it's about a girl who's experiencing whatever it is you and I dream. So when we dream something, that's her life. That's what she lives. And she's really tired of it. And it's a trilogy. I would really like to read those. And for a blue cover, I didn't say what any of those were, but List of Things That Will Not Change by Rebecca Steed. I've heard good things about it. I don't remember what it's about other than she has a bunch of things a list of things that won't change in her life. But I'm guessing some things are going to change. Middle grade. I think that's a good reading list. I'm good with that. And then all my new puzzles, my book-related puzzles. I did not pick out a classic, so I'll have to find an extra one to stick in there. Maybe it'll be Alice in Wonderland. That's probably not a bad idea. That might be a good idea. Maybe I should just do that. But we'll see. I'll figure something out for that. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.